Recording in progress.
All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is the author Andrew Snorton, and you are joining us for the Fast 15. Usually we take each Wednesday. Sometimes it's earlier in the day, a little bit after 1 o'clock. Sometimes, because of other moving parts, we do it later about this time. But we try to take about 15 minutes or so to kind of pause, check up, check in, enjoy an encouraging note from any of my books, audio books, or a selection from another author who's been really influential to me, and then just try to close out on a positive note with some, just some announcements about things taking place, as well as just to make sure people kind of leave on a high note. We know that, during the holiday season, I hope everyone's having a good holiday, but we know the holidays sometimes can be a little bit challenging for people, just because of stressors at home, stressors on the job, things of that nature. So we hope that, during these 15 minutes or so, it gives everybody a chance to kind of pause and breathe and just reboot. So everything's flowing well on the Instagram side. On the other side, it might be a little bit staggered, but we'll make the most of it. To stay connected with me, make sure to add me on Facebook on the page Author Andrew Snorton. Make sure to add me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Author A Snorton. When you add me on Instagram, click on the link in the bio. That way it'll take you directly to my press and media. Get caught up and connect with me with all the interviews that are there, as well as the press and media kit, and then navigate through the website. It's pretty user-friendly, so you can get caught up on any of the books, audio books, the merch, the coffee brand, upcoming events, things of that nature. So before we get started with, making sure people, just checking up on folks, I want to give a shout to Realtor Greta C. Thomas joining us on the gram. So for those of you looking for a realtor, there's great realtors I know, but I'm definitely going to shout out who's on right now. So definitely shout to Realtor_Greta A. Thomas. Make sure to check her out on Instagram. So as we always do, we always want to start by giving a word of encouragement to people who may be going through something. Like I said before, the holidays for some people are tough. It's a reminder of, let's say, family members, friends, or loved ones who are with us in spirit and not here physically. Some people I know had family members pass on Christmas or during Hanukkah or what have you. It can be a tough time. It really can be a tough time. I know for me, this time a year ago was when we were doing the homegoing for one of my aunts. And then a year ago, 2 weeks ago, was for one of my uncles. And I know for me, in general, December is a pretty solid month, but there's some moments that are not all that great for me either. So for anyone that is going through it, definitely want to send, prayers, encouragement, things along those lines. You have every right to feel some kind of way because we are human and we're gonna be in our feelings at times. But you don't want to stay stuck there, because the longer you stay stuck there, the harder it is for you to work your way through it. And like they say, sometimes you gotta go through it to grow through it. And when you grow through it, it allows you to sympathize and empathize better with people. It gives you a lot more perspective when things are going well or when things aren't going well. So to anyone out there who is catching it and going through some type of struggle, sending a word up, to you, your family, friends, and loved ones to just hang in there and just weather the storm. We know on the flip side, there's a number of positive things happening. For some people, graduating high school or graduating college. For others, one colleague who just hopped on the gram, who I'll shout out, new television show, things along those lines. And there's a number of people that have some good things happening. So for anyone who's having a positive, whether it's through the lens of professional, community, personal, we congratulate you, we celebrate you, we want you to feed off that energy. You know what you had to work through in order to get there. So of course, celebrate. Don't over celebrate, but celebrate enough and feed off of that energy to keep going. And in the midst of it all, let's just keep it all in perspective. So shouts to everybody. And before we get into the selection for the day, got to give a shout to my buddy Corvea. I tell you what, this woman right here is the truth and a half. You need to make sure to check her out. Add her on the gram at Corvea, doing some great work, and has is going to be on a major television show on Revolt TV. Well, wait, Oprah Network. My bad. On the Oprah Network. So make sure to check her out, support her and the project she's doing. So on that note, the topic we're going to pull from today is from the current release Quotes and notes, something's on the horizon. Quotes and notes, something on the horizon. It's part think piece for the deep thinkers, but it's also space for you to kind of pause, reflect, kind of see what direction you want to go in. So it's one of those situations where we all are encouraged by what goes in our head, and what goes in our head eventually is going to come out. So it's planting positive seeds, positive thoughts, constructive challenges, giving a logic, a rationale, but then it's time for you to kind of write and see, do you agree, do you disagree, do you want to go deeper? All of it to kind of frame our thinking and our way of, our way of mind, peace of mind. So there's a passage that I'm going to pull from here that I hope speaks to, all this I hope speaks to everybody, but there's one passage I want to definitely pull from that I think hopefully will help a couple people. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go with this one right here. And this is always something in regards to your self-worth, self-image, especially when you're going through something and you get bombarded. So here's something that I want to leave with you. Others may downgrade or degrade you. Don't you be one of those people. People may doubt you. Don't you be among them. So I'm going to run that back one more time and give you a simple breakdown. Others may downgrade or degrade you. Don't you be one of those people. People may doubt you. Don't you be among them. And that's a word right there, because you got to be real careful about what you hear, what you listen to. And it's a difference between constructive criticism where it's like, hey, you might want to revisit this, or hey, this might not really match your skill set, versus people that try to kill your dream and basically talk about you and then some. And all of us at varying degrees have heard negatives. Let's see, there's too many to count. And it's very easy to let doubt creep in when things are taking longer or things haven't quite come to plan. Does this sound familiar? It's very easy to allow yourself to get caught up in doubt, and it's like, maybe I'm not worth it, or maybe I really don't have this skill. Slow down and sit down somewhere and get your mind right. If getting your mind right means getting professional help, if getting your mind right means taking inventory of the people who are around you and who are people around you that are going to help elevate and put you in a positive setting, or folks who are taking away, just do something. Because, like, real talk this year, and I'll probably talk about it in an article, there's a group out in the Midwest. I'm not going to call them out, but I am calling you out because you know who you are, Krusty. That did some foul stuff and what have you. But if I had gotten so caught up in that foul stuff, I wouldn't have accomplished the book that I've written this year, as well as the coffee brand, as well as just making my mark in whatever spaces and places. So there's going to be people who are going to talk negatively about you. We hear that all the time, but it hits different when you hear it directly. And it hits different when it comes from people who, quote, know you better. Or it comes from people who you're trying to put them in a position where they can grow, elevate, everybody wins, but then some people don't realize the value of everybody winning. So even in the midst of you going through a rough time or a challenging time, don't let negative voices that are inside your head take residency. And I'm going to run that back one more time. Don't let the negative voices inside your head take residency. Because there's people who I know who have worked through a whole hell of a lot. And if they listen or let those negatives take residency, they wouldn't be where they are today. So that's the topic from that I wanted to pull from the book. I know that there's some people who are out there who are, their people are not speaking life into them. So hopefully that speaks a little bit of life into you and reminds you that there's greatness that still resides within you. So don't let other people who don't recognize how great you are, just because other people don't recognize how great you are, don't you be among them. So that's the topic from the day, from the new release quotes and notes. Something is on the horizon. And before we get into a couple of quick announcements, shouts to one of my fraternity brothers, Gonzo_1906. I tell you what, a good guy, good professional, good family man, doing great work. Thank you so much for your support, of the coffee brand and things along those lines. So there's a couple of quick things, and then just, leaving some food for thought as we get ready to wind down for the year. Upcoming things that I've got going on. The first thing that comes to mind is going to be January 16th. I'm scheduled to appear on Drive at 5 with Roman Morrow. great friends and supporters at Intellectual Radio. So I will be an in-studio guest guy. I get my flight, won't be on Southwest. I'm sorry, but but hopefully Southwest can get their stuff together. Seriously, I hope y'all do. But January 16th, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, Intellectual Radio on the show Drive with Five with Roman Morrow. I'll be in Chicago in the studio talking about the new book, the coffee brand, and other projects. So shouts to my friends up there, and shouts to the folks in the Windy City. January 21st from 2 to 5 p.m. at Nubian Bookstore in Morrow, Georgia. I'll be doing my first book signing in Atlanta since April, and I know the folks that, they're like, but Drew, you live in Atlanta. Well, I've been blessed with opportunities outside the city, and that is helping me with opportunities in the city. So shouts to every bookstore, festival, book club, everybody that's giving me an opportunity. So again, January 21st, 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Nubian Bookstore in Morrow, Georgia, doing a book signing. It'll feature all 4 books. I'll have the info on the audiobook series and a couple other things. And speaking of a couple other things, shouts to, I got 1 bag left. Only got 1 bag in inventory. I got to order more. This is the Author A Snorton blend. It's a medium roast for the coffee lover. Shouts to my partners at Fonte's Coffee. You can tell this one's rare because this is a first batch, October 28th. So I only got 1 left. Hit me up who wants this one. I'll sign this one for you. So thank you to everybody on the coffee end. New Year's Eve is coming up this Saturday. Whether you stay in or go out, please be safe. Please be careful. You guys know the deal. If you're going to be out and about and consuming libations, please have a designated driver. Please be smart with your ride share options. Just be careful out there for the New Year's. We definitely want to celebrate and what have you, and feed off that energy for 2023, but please be careful out there. Trying to think of some other things. Thank you to everybody who supported with all the books, audio books, bookstores, festivals, coffee, merch. Those of you from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut had to throw it back and bring it back and wear the bucket hat. So shouts to up top, shouts to 201-212-718-908. Nothing against other spots, but New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, y'all know what's up. Just thank you, and I'm grateful to just be here. Like, real talk. As you get older, you're just grateful for every day that you're here. I mean, ask people with some salt and pepper. Not just me, but other folks. But seriously, you're just grateful for each day you've been blessed with, and hey, thank you to everybody who's been a part of it. Shouts to my fellow Wake alum, Gumbo, Show Joe. I know, overdue. We got to catch up. But seriously, with the holiday season, enjoy and celebrate, but please be careful out here. Please feed off the positive energy that can come from that to get off to a good start in 2023 and then some. And hey, each and every day is another opportunity, so please take full advantage of it. I'm trying to think if there's any other shouts before we officially wind down. Oh, shouts to the alma mater, Wake Forest University, 2nd bowl game victory in a row, 7th consecutive bowl game, and for yours truly, my 2nd consecutive bowl game that I've covered. That's a blessing, and that is a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But as I said before at the very beginning, to anyone that's out there going through tough times, we're definitely praying for you, sending a word of encouragement for you. Once you slow down your moving parts, if what you're going through requires professional help, please get it. If what you're going through requires you to kind of change the people you move with and what have you, do what you need to do in as constructive a manner as possible to help you get the help that you need and help you get to where you're trying to go. For everybody out there that's doing well, hey, congratulations. Every accomplishment you should celebrate and pause for a minute because you know what you had to work through. So shouts to the great work that Gumbo Show Joe is doing across the board in the city. Gonzo_1906. Shouts to Corvea. Make sure to check her out as she'll have a launch event I believe in Miami on January 7th, as she's on a great show on Oprah Winfrey Network. So make sure to check her out. Shouts to her. Got two Wake alums on here. Realtor Greta C. Thomas. Make sure to check her out. It's actually realtor_Greta C. Thomas. So again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to stay connected with me. Add me on Facebook at the page Author Andrew Snorton. Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Author A Snorton. When you add me on Instagram, click on the link in the bio, and that will take you to all the press and media. Get reacquainted with me with all the interviews that I've done and the interviews I've yet to do. You can also pull a copy of my press and media kit for booking, speaking engagements, book signings, benefit events. I've done book signings where I've donated a percentage to different nonprofits and community organizations, and I want to do more of that. I mean, I want to be able to do more with the platform that I have to reach back and help others. So by helping me, you're helping me help others. And you can always email me at authorsnorton@gmail.com. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it has been real. It is fun. I hope you've enjoyed this 15 minutes or so to kind of pause, check up, check in, and reboot. Again, please be safe during these holidays. Happy holidays to everybody who celebrates our Jewish colleagues of Hanukkah, our Christian colleagues of Christmas, those who celebrate Kwanzaa, and those are just like ready for 2022 to pivot and go to 2023. So again, whether small or big, a victory is a victory. Whether slow or swift, movement is movement. So keep it victorious and keep it moving. So to the folks on the folks on the book, appreciate you guys. You guys take good care. Hopefully I can get it. Just froze. Yeah, definitely need to get a new laptop. That's on the horizon. But to everybody that's on, hey, appreciate you guys. You guys take good care. Again, and please support these folks that are really trying to do some constructive things. So thank you. Continue blessings, and I'll see y'all real soon.